Hey there, biology student. I've got a couple of beakers of black and white beans and a simulated Catocala moth colony, and I'm here to help you plan this week's investigation. Here is our sample Catocala moth colony. As you can see, these are just camouflage cardboard squares. According to the background, Catocala moths are cryptically colored. They blend with their surroundings, and whenever they roost on tree trunks, they hold their wings flat against the bark of the tree. So perhaps these cardboard squares will be a good model. You might also notice that they come in various sizes. In fact, there are more than just 3 sizes. You'll have to count in your colony to figure out how many sizes you have and what frequency of each size is present. There are a lot of things to think about this week, from how the predator might sample prey to how frequency and distribution of the prey might affect what the predator chooses. We've got a couple beakers of black and white beans here, and we've got the same proportion of beans in each, roughly a 50-50 mix. I've set them up a little bit differently so you can see how distribution of the beans might affect the way in which you sample. So you might want to think about how big of a sample size would you need in order to accurately predict what the entire population was. So if you reached into this one and you just pulled out a few beans and looked at them, would you have an equal frequency? Would you have an equal number of black and white beans? Versus if you reached in and just did the same sample here, what might you conclude about these two populations? You know, you might think that this population, based on this sample alone, might only be white beans. So you might want to consider taking multiple samples or samples of different sizes. Right? How many samples would you need to take? Oh, see, look at this one right here. I have a whole lot of black beans in that one and not many white beans. So again, we need multiple samples. So think about that when you're designing your experiment for this week. How many samples do you need? How big of samples do they need to be? Things like that. All right, let's go ahead and cut.